Islam. Welcome back to the Moor Culture Podcast. I'm your host, Brother Tashan Edwards Bey, and we're back. We're here with my co-host, Brother Sharif Bey, the Elder Sheikh, the Sheriff. Islam, welcome back to the podcast, Mo.
Islam.
Before we go too much further, I just want to greet everybody with peace, Islam, Assalamu alaikum, Alafia, Ionio, Shalom, Hotep,
Namaste.
Rahu Bat, Namaste, peace, peace, peace. And in true Moorish fashion, we also want to start with our praises and honors before we get kicked off. Mo, would you like to start us off with your praises and honors for today?
Yes, in the spirit of light, in the spirit of Circle 7, I'd like to rise and give high honors to Almighty Allah and His holy divine prophet, my adopted father, your adopted father, Mo, Noble Draw Ali, and his forerunner, Marcus Mosaic Garvey. May Allah be pleased with them for their mighty work, and high honors to Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad, and may Allah be pleased with them for their mighty works. High honor to J. Givens Ill. May Allah be pleased with him for his mighty work. High honor to Emilio. May Allah be pleased with him for his mighty work. High honors to the Nazarene. Allah ill. May Allah be pleased with him for his mighty work. High honor to Master Adept Hamid A.L. May Allah be pleased with him for his mighty work. High honor to the God Man of the Day, Jerome Graham Bey. May Allah be pleased with him for his mighty work. And high honor to the Magi priest, Sidney Rosson L. And high honor to the Grand Resurrector, Noble Draw Ali, Timothy Dingwell, hyphenated Noble Draw Ali. High honor to his other half, Mother Ruth, Mother Wisdom, Grand Noblest, Louise Dingle L. High honor to their daughter, Diane Dingle L. High honor to the Grand Secretary, Margaret Thompson Bay. High honor to our Supreme Grand Sheikh, R. Stone L. High honor to his assistant, R. Page L. And high honor to his assistant, Grand Sheikh, Grand Governor Shem L. High honor to our Grand Governor, J. Howard Bay. And high honor to all the Moors all over the world. High honor to all our ancestors. High honor to everybody who's been a part of the great work to uplift fallen humanity, Islam.
Islam, Mo. I'd like to rise and give all praises to Allah and high honors to the Prophet, Noble Drew Ali, and his forerunner, our forerunner, Marcus Messiah Garvey. Islam, high honors to all past and present leadership of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and high honors to all true and divine prophets of Allah that stand on the square of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Islam, and high honors to all Moors worldwide, known and unknown, and high honors to all of our ancestors and everybody that paved the way for us to be here, Mo. Islam, we're back for episode 37.
Islam.
In Supreme Math, that is understanding God. Islam, understanding Allah, if that's what you like to say.
Yes.
Islam. Mo, please, enlighten me. What's on your mind?
Islam. Chapter 3, Moorish Quran says, know thyself. So, front says, know thyself, thy Father, God, Allah. The Moorish Quran, Circle 7, Moorish Quran, the Holy of the Circle 7, Holy Quran of Moorish Science Temple of America, divinely prepared by the noble prophet Drew Ali to redeem man from his sinful and fallen stage back to his highest of humanity, back to his highest plane of spirit life at one with his Father, God Allah. We had to know ourselves. It's important that we know who we are, know who we are, where we come from, where we're going. Right now, a lot of our people out there, they just in the dark, and they on their lower self. And your lower self is like a dragon swallowing you up so you go into the pit, that bottomless pit, so you won't come up out of the darkness, marvelous light, and walk with Allah. Our mind shouldn't be focused on these politics, but on being focused on being one with Allah. And because a lot of us is in trouble, we have an identity problem. And chapter 3 of the Moorish Quran, who told his students, if you would ask me what to study, I would say yourself.
Islam.
And one of my greatest teachers, professors in college was an anthropologist, Muslim brother from Sri Lanka Moor.
Mm.
And so I'm into anthropology. So people just can't come at me with religion. I stopped there because the library is big. And in slavery, we wasn't allowed to read and write, period. Matter of fact, a lot of us are still enslaved today. We're going to get with that. But all movements have histories. And tonight I want to talk a little bit about Islamic and Christian history. Is like about like where I'm giving you a class on world religion. We had Catholic Church. It was started with Constantine at the Council of Nicaea, and he turned worship day from Saturday into Sunday. And then 1530, Martin Luther broke away from the Catholic Church and formed the Protestant religion.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the Church of England, Episcopalian Church, was formed. Then came the Presbyterian Church. Can you look that up, Mo? Who's the founder of the Presbyterian Church?
Okay. Founder of the Presbyterian Church is John Knox.
John Knox.
That was 1560.
Right. What is Calvinism? Put the definition of Calvinism.
Yeah, so it says that John Knox was a Scottish minister and theologian who studied under John Calvin,
All right.
who was considered the primary
Right,
founder.
so they call that Calvinism. So then you got the Methodist Church was founded by John Wesley. And then the Baptist Church, what year was that founded? The Methodist Church, was it, get the year.
Of Methodist Church?
Mm-hmm.
1968?
No, it was founded before that.
Oh, 18th century. 1729?
1725, 29.
29.
Then you have the
1729.
Baptist Church. Who was founded Baptist Church?
Baptist Church, founded in 1609.
And who was founder?
John Smith
John Smith.
in Holland.
And then let us get with Jehovah's Witness. I think that's Charles Taze Russell. Look that up.
Jehovah. Man, spelling this got me all messed up.
Founder of Jehovah's Witness. I think it's Charles Taze Russell.
Yes, Charles Taze Russell, Islam, in the early 1870s in Pittsburgh.
Right. Then the first Church of Christ Scientists. Put that.
First church of what?
Christ Scientists.
Christ Scientists.
Mhm.
Interesting. I never heard of that, Mo.
Scientology Church.
Oh, that's a Scientology?
Mhm.
Okay. 1879.
Who was founder?
Mary Baker.
Mary Baker Edie, right?
Yeah.
And then
It wasn't. That? Okay. I'm thinking there's always another name
Right.
that's associated with
then you have the
Scientology.
Seventh-day Adventist Church that was founded by Ellen G. White. That's what my people was mostly Seventh-day Adventist. And I think that came up out of Seventh-day Baptist Church. Look at the founder of Seventh-day Baptist Church.
That says 1664 emerged from the movement of the Sabbatarian Baptists.
Sabbatarian Baptist?
The Seventh-day Baptist Church traces its roots back to 17th century.
Yeah.
And later,
Interesting.
1664 in America was founded. It was not founded by a single individual,
Interesting.
but emerged by a movement of Sabbatarian Baptists.
Alhamdulillah. And then you got Pentecostal, I think that was called Charles Parham, founded Pentecostal Church.
Episcopal?
Pentecostal, P-E-N-T. That means 5.
Oh,
Pentecostal.
Pentecostal church founder?
Mhm.
That says...
Charles Parham.
Yeah, Charles Fox Parham,
Was the founder of that.
Islam.
Now, then we go back the reuniting of Islam was Prophet Muhammad. He lived from 570 to 610 A.D. And then look up Muhammad II, Muhammad II.
Muhammad II, that is the former Sultan of Ottoman Empire.
Ottoman Empire. So we got the Ottoman Empire. What year was the Ottoman Empire founded?
Let's see. Ottoman Empire founded 1299.
And it ended in 1913. When did it end?
Oh, 1922.
It ended that was long.
What?
1922.
That's 6 centuries.
Right. Now, go and Google the Moorish Empire, Moroccan Empire.
What, when it was founded?
Yep, and when it was founded and when it ended.
That says 788 and lasted until I guess it all says it hasn't ended because
it didn't give no ending.
No, there's different dynasties, but right now
so we still in it.
Yeah,
we're still part of it.
And they're saying that Moroccan Empire gained independence in 1957.
Right. Then you have the Moors. They ruled Spain for 800 years. And they was an Andalus, and they civilized the Albions and brought them up out of the caves of Europe. And we were called the Berbers, right? We used take the out of Berber, you got barber. We start cutting all the hair and civilize them, so forth and so on. And then you had the Rock of Gibraltar was named after Jibril Tariq. That was a Moorish general who conquered. He was a conqueror. They named the Rock of Gibraltar or the Straits of Gibraltar in his honors. And then you also have look up Pope Nicholas. Look up the Papal Bulls.
Okay, there's a lot of them. So which one?
What was the mission of the Papal Bulls?
To announce significant decrees such as excommunications, dogma definitions, or territorial grants.
Right. So you had Pope Nicholas, right? Who was Pope Nicholas?
Pope Nicholas the Fifth, supposedly. That's the former head of the Catholic Church. And it says he was known for, he secured the recognition of papal rights over bishoprics and benefice. He also brought about the submission of the last of the antipopes and the dissolution of the Synod of Basel.
And who was Pope Alexander?
Pope Alexander the Sixth, I'm assuming. That's the first thing that pops up. It says he's acknowledged for fathering several children by his mistresses. That's probably the.
All right, he was a papal bull too.
He ruled of the Papal States from August 11th, 1492.
And he gave people permission to conquer the land in the name of Christianity. They was working all together, like with King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. So, with the Doctrine of Discovery.
So he's a Doctrine of Discovery.
All of them it's all related.
Yeah.
And so what you see today, it's still going on, but it took a new face. And so it never ended. We always been involved with holy wars, right? These wars are holy, they're real spiritual. And you have a lot of people, like we're talking now, you got people that don't even mention that. They're religious, right? And people, innocent souls, are being harmed on the battlefield because they're just teaching something, but they won't teach the history of what's going on. I look at myself, study of Islam is one of the greatest things that happened to me. But Noble Drew Ali teaches us to study Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad. A lot of Moors don't do that. You know what I mean? I can teach a class on any of them. Because our job is about, you say, what is an angel? Angel is the thought of Allah manifested in human flesh. Mm-hmm. And the duty of angels is carry messages to the four corners of the world, to all nations. So when I'm going to the four corners of the world, to all nations, I got that everlasting gospel in my hands, which is Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad. I know all of them.
Islam.
Now to demonstrate all of them, like I'm coming today because from the historical black college, so-called black college, Cheney, which is the oldest, because our history's important. Who we are. So, but before I went to Cheney, I really didn't know myself that much because I was out drinking and drugging. Mm-hmm. And this plague had caught everybody in this community. As Elijah Muhammad said, they poured wine in the sacred vessels over in Babylon. So when you go and look at all these liquor stores, right, that's how they're contaminating the royal family. We greater than 13 families. They say, you ever heard of them? The 13 ruling families.
Is that the Illuminati?
Yeah, all of them.
The so-called Illuminati?
Yeah, so they attack us and kill us so we ain't able to see Allah within us. So we ain't able to teach that everlasting gospel to the four corners of the earth, which is Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, Muhammad, that we can go amongst all people and teach because we are enlightened, like the Buddha himself. Mm-hmm. We have our Christhood. So when they attack the community and with the military and prison industrial complex, because they're going to come military, because, even though in the Crusades, can you tell me any civilization that was founded by Christians?
I mean, would it be this one? Would it not be this one?
This is a Muslim civilization.
Okay.
Let's go back to Olmec and so forth and so on. And the Mayan Empire, Haitian Empire. What's happened with us? They stripped us of our title of nobility. Mm-hmm. Our title of nobility was stripped when we start worshiping people, like Noble Drew Ali said. We suffer slavery because we strayed after the gods of Europe in whom we knew nothing. And the gods is the how you hoodwink is through the holidays and the Gregorian calendar that blinds you. So therefore, you had to study the lunar calendar and other calendars, et cetera, et cetera. I cleaned up because I kept fasting, praying, a relationship between me and Allah. I didn't understand everything, so forth and so on. Sometimes I would, when you covet people's wealth and stuff like that, and say, why I ain't got blah. I left that alone. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I started focusing on me and Allah and stuff. And he started helping me. And it's the greatest feeling that I ever known. I like to know more and more about it. So I know that the lower self is like a dragon that tries to pull you back into your flesh and into the pit. But when you get into Allah real deep and stuff, he'll teach you how to sail down the Nile, the upper Nile, the lower Nile, back and forth and so on. He teach you about yourself and your identity so you won't have to walk the earth in low self-esteem. Because, me coming up here in Wilmington, Delaware, we quickly point the finger, and sometimes people try to make it look like somebody picking on us, but we pick on ourselves too. As old Moor say, black on black crime. That's what they call it.
They still call it that.
Black on. Yep. So I worked in many places in my life. A lot of times I came through young, and I could feel the so-called black or unconscious Moors gritting on me, hating on me, so didn't want me to make it and be successful. And even with the politicians today and stuff, so on, can you name on your a pad 10 things what they did for us as Moors?
Just strip us of our identity.
Right, because public policy is not going to help the Moors. Our constitutional rights is going to help us. So promoting public policy is not help us. Another thing that politicians did, because Wilmington City Council and everything was so-called black, so forth and so on. If you notice our city and stuff, you see Albion drug addicts through our community. Albion's building houses, all new developments, so forth and so on, and them so-called black politicians helped that come into fruition. I can name that. So when they come to smile and say it's a black thing and so forth, so if you ask them what the have they did for the community, stop letting people play you when it comes to politics. They be trying to play you. You check them. Now it's time for us to get some things in order. A lot of these people of the corporate world that run these big corporations, they hating on us and making all these rules or these public policies because you're unconscious. That's why I love when the Moors taught me about the grand resurrection. Because when you know about the grand resurrection, you are not unconscious. Allah's walk with you, help you make your decisions and help you talk to them unconscious Asiatics and help you talk to them Neanderthals who called us 3/5 of the human being when they got Reese monkey blood in them. And when they shave all chimpanzees, shave all his hair off and stuff, they look like each other. And so they said black was cursed, so forth and so on. And you go on all around the world, that's where when you see them so-called black people, you see all the natural resources of gold and silver. And Mother Earth's treasures. But you got people with the military industrial complex. See them people, give me your gold. And give me your gold, they want to start a war. So the thing is about I found my Lord through Christianity. Going through that was nailed on the cross. I had to get up off it. So I had to research that title of God. And I had to call him by his name. Many beautiful names, 99 attributes. Allah has 99 beautiful names in Arabic. But Moorish command said, whatever you may call him, he's the causeless cause, rootless root from which all things have grown. So we ain't going to start getting hung up on what you call him, so forth. So we want to get hung up on what we have in common.
Islam.
So we can bring our people together, unite our people. Don't stay away from them house niggas, them Uncle Toms, because we ain't got time for that. Them house niggas, keepers of Southgate's been destroying us all the time. That's what the story of Judas is about. In the Bible, he sold Jesus out for 20 pieces of silver. You got a lot of brothers out there, sisters selling us out like that now. We call them Uncle Toms or Aunt Thomasinus. You know, they selling us out. Then one of my favorite stories in the Bible was about Joseph or the coat of many colors, or they say Yusuf, the coat of many colors, and his brothers threw him in the bottom of the well. And he became a prince in Upper Egypt, and he was able to interpret the Pharaoh's dreams. But the Pharaoh had threw him in prison because when Pharaoh's wife seen Joseph, he appeared like an angel to her because Joseph's background, he would interpret dreams and all that, and his other brothers was jealous of him. This was this house nigger stuff that we going through, right?
Yeah.
So the dream, Pharaoh had this dream, and he was trying to ask somebody to interpret. He didn't know what it was. somebody said Yusuf down in prison can interpret that dream. And Yusuf came up there, and he came and interpreted Pharaoh's dream, talking about 7 years of famine and stuff. And he prepared Egypt, stocked, the storehouses up to get ready for that famine. And he became a prince in Upper Egypt. And that's what we had to learn how to do, become princes in Upper Egypt.
Islam.
Allahu Akbar.
Islam. Thank you for that, Mo. This is heavy.
Mm-hmm.
This is heavy. It's something that's a needed message. You talk about the grand resurrection. That's the grand resurrection. I'm assuming. And
no, the grand resurrection is what we're doing now.
Okay.
When we train,
Islam.
and we breathe on each other, and then we come back and we breathe on them. We need to learn how to breathe on each other because there's a lot going on out there.
Yeah.
And our minds focus in the wrong direction.
Thank you.
Because they create things, and and the politicians help that too, right? But Allah wants us to breathe holy breath. We live in a prophecy. Let us see Allah work within us. They steal Allah from you by the distraction.
Mm.
But this is time to let your light shine. We are the children of the sun.
Mm.
We have the melanin in our body. That's the gold in our body. Our melanin is magic. All we got to do is live right. Give the ways of the colonizers back to him. How are people going to say that they holy and stuff and worship them holidays and ain't nothing about them holidays in the Bible?
Mm.
And you going around telling your children that they're holy. And you want to act like, go to church and act like you got so much God in you. But you don't want to give that up.
Mm.
When Allah forbid that stuff.
Wow.
Santa Claus spelled backwards is Satan's claws. And then you had the jingle bell, shock and shell, jingle all the way and stuff. That was making fun of the slaves that had bells around their necks and stuff, so they knew where the slaves was.
Wow.
So we're caught up in a whole lot of mess. If you don't want to give that, Noble Drew Ali said they straight after the gods of Europe in whom they know nothing. If you don't want to give that up, you're going to continually be oppressed.
Mm.
From what are you going to do to pave a pathway for your children? The whole country's gone crazy now because of somebody, he don't even look like us. We're not in slavery. That's all in your mind.
Mm.
Allah's Akbar. Allah's above any man. Allah gave that man power to breathe today. Allah say, being it is. Allah want to see where you at.
Mm.
You had to know your history. You had to know who you are. And when you know who you are, you can be proud of your accomplishments. Like I said, who's that original man? That Asiatic black man got a physical universe, cream of the planet Earth? All of our we make the whole world. Our inventions have made the whole world. Put the whole world in heaven.
Mm.
And we can't even enjoy any of our inventions.
Mm.
And we keep playing for taking the bait, going by them names like you're black. We much greater than that.
Mm.
Mothers and fathers of civilization. And you let these people take your crown. When you start thinking right and unity, thinking pure thoughts, throw away all them idols, your unity's like an atom bomb, a nuclear bomb. They can't mess with you.
Mm. Islam, real quick on the note of the labeling of the black labeling, but also right now it is February, so-called Black History Month. What's your thoughts on using that as a tool for our advancement, or is it just something that's not really advancing us?
You can lead the horse to the trough, but you can't force him to drink. Now, the so-called Africans come over here. They call Africans, they ain't really called Africa. And they're playing off that word black too. They're saying they're black too. They got in Congressional Black Caucus, all foreigners that voting against reparations and so forth and so on, because they know they know that being black is a game. That means you're in a coffin. You don't got no in the record book in the family man, no such thing as a black man or black woman. Show me that in the Bible. It's in the Quran. It says stop referring to each other by offensive nicknames. Look that up in an apartment. I think it's in an apartment. Stop referring to each other by offensive nicknames. Holy Quran. Ayat, Holy Quran.
Let's see. Oh, not Korean. Quran. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Mo. Let's see. Surah 49:11 forbids believers from mocking, insulting, or calling one another by offensive nicknames. It warns that such actions are acts of wrongdoing and arrogance, emphasizing that those being mocked might be better in the eyes of Allah than those doing the mocking.
It didn't say such as a black man.
This was just an interpretation of it.
All right, well, where's your Quran at?
It's it might be my bag right over there. It's either in my bag or in my car.
All right, well, we'll get with that next time. I'll show you that, and we'll bring that up next time.
Islam. We have one in here somewhere.
You
want to try to find it real quick?
I'll bring that there. But don't worry about that. We'll address that in the future. But it also say, in that great and dreadful day, we shall judge that guilty blue-eyed one. Not saying everybody in blue eyes is devils and stuff, so forth and so on, right? But a lot of blue-eyed, look it up. It's in the Quran. On that great and...
On that day, we shall assemble all the sinners with blue eyes.
Yep, you see it? That's in the Quran. So the deepest part about it is my mom, she whipped me in submission. You know what I mean, Mo? She tagged me quick, right? She taught me manners. She taught me how to be a man. So I look at other men. And I'm not going to be disrespectful to the other men, but you got a lot of disrespectful politicians.
Mm-hmm.
And they arguing over your estate, your birthrights. And so we got to get deeper in this, because this is not only a racial thing, but Albions are slaves too.
Of course. The first.
No, they still slaves now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we gotta get in. We gotta start showing them that. So what's happened? You know, this thing is about if they lock you up, they making money off that.
Yeah.
Because they call you the Queen's property, all because of that document. So that's why people in America gotta hand that document back. Because America. Is being ran by America, the corporation. There's a difference between American location and the corporation of the United States. Yes. And they said, go poof. The next thing you know, people hoodwinked, they underspell, so forth and so on. We tie into the land.
Islam.
And we learn that you tie the land and stuff and get back and the roots of magic and start working for you.
Islam. Yeah, that is something that bothers me extremely. The stolen American name, like they swear
you have to really start checking some things out that I send you, because it ain't on me. Even Albions are telling the truth.
Yeah,
this thing goes beyond. People say I'm Muslim, so forth. So when you were sleeping on posts, other people started grabbing this truth, and they find it necessary to go out and teach people, to save people, because a lot of us are being tricked. We got to give things back to the corporate world. We got to put the corporate world on notice. Got to stop buying from them, and we got to unite amongst ourselves, and we got to create our own again.
Islam.
And when people keep saying every time we do something, they take from that ain't true. They're not always the winners. They are Right now and stuff, they struggle for their life. You know, when I go out in the community and I see people from all walks of life, they struggling for their life. People that came up over here. When I, me and Brother Dodgy was in a hotel the other day, ran by Muslim couples. I asked you, Assalamu alaikum, I asked you, is back? He said, no. So we got to understand that we got a caste system in Islam.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love Noble Drew Ali and Honorable Elijah Muhammad, all that so forth. So, because it's in Marcus Garvey, because that's my roots.
Mm-hmm.
They got they put a, you know, the persona is the mask which we wear before the public taught in psychology. They put a face on Islam. So my favorite psychologist in school, college was Abraham Maslow. He said the human being is constantly in a state of the human being is constantly in a state of self-actualization, living up to the fullest potential. We don't have forever to self-actualize. So now, you brothers and sisters, you got to get on point, because it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get worse. You shuckling and jiving, all you want to do is drink and get high. That was a setup anyway, so you can be an easy kill.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't be that much problem just to kick you over and knock you over. Because your mind, you're supposed to have taqwa, the God conscious. Mind focus on Allah. Eat it, breathe it, sleep it. All your life. When you start doing that, your life gonna change. The Holy Quran says, never the law change the conditions of people till they change within the heart. We got to change our hearts. Then our conditions change. They say, who made you? Allah. Can you say no? Where's the nearest place you can beat him on?
The jugular vein.
In the heart.
In the heart. Or closer than the jugular
that too.
vein.
According to one of you two.
Exactly.
That's right too. He's close to your jugular vein. So why, if he's closer to you in the jugular vein, why do you keep rejecting him? Why do you keep rejecting your ancestors? They live in you. Your family tree, all your ancestors. They connected to you now. And salute them. And they'll start working and help you. Don't teach a critical race theory. We'll take the money from school. That's what they say. Because they don't want you to know yourself. Then you go around and complain because you failed to educate yourself. That ain't their problem. Allah, God have a problem with that. You said the idle hands are tools of the devil's workshop. Instead of edging yourself, come from darkness in the marvelous light, come into divinity, and acknowledge that we are the children of the sun, you choose the darkness, not me. Because, like I said, that dragon's real. He's trying to pull you in the pit. Dragons are real. Your lower self is a dragon. And he's after to pull you in the pit. They like death too. Trying to kill you. That's why they say Jesus came that we may have life and have it more abundantly. So it come from darkness and the marvelous light, Islam.
Islam, Mo. So a lot of things you're saying is making me think. And what I've posted on my social media yesterday, and actually what I noticed, it was like, I was thinking about making this post, and it's the same post I made last year at the same time on February 1st, was suggesting that people read Carter G. Woodson's book, The Miseducation of the Negro, because Carter G. Woodson is a founder of Black History Month. I know that it's a term that we don't necessarily like, but this is written during a time where that's just he doesn't know any better.
You're right, Ma. I would agree.
And the miseducation of the Negro speaks on that in terms of how we're miseducated, and our people are only taught a certain way by the oppressor, and by following that education, all we're doing is being made slaves and kept slaves.
Right, the destruction of Black civilization.
This is Islam.
Because what happened, like we just talked about the Doctrine of Discovery, but the Balfour Agreement and King Leopold killed over 30 million of us, and ain't everybody keep washing it off like he didn't do nothing. Belgium should pay reparations for that.
Of course.
When they said that what Hitler did to the Jews in World War II, They were paid reparations.
They got a whole land. They got a
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
country
we weren't paid reparations.
in Islam.
You know, that problem ain't been dealt. We got to promote that. We got to deal with that because that's wrong. And then right now, everybody ready to defend Israel. Where the Israel they got to defend? Where the Israel that keeps being picked on? I'm not preaching hate or none of that because that ain't what I do. But I'm saying if you think you better than us, have a superior superior perception of reality means I think my I think my values are better. Leave us alone. We can do without you. We don't need them negative energies around us.
That's right.
We need divinity around us. We need people to walk in the God consciousness, enlightenment. Enlightenment's being one with the law. We need our people to wash and become the sons of purity. And you shall be forgiven that according to the Moorish Quran. Your life will change. You need to take your power back. You have it. Tap into the archives of your DNA.
Islam. Come, like you said, Mo, come study and learn about yourself. That's what we do here in these four walls, here in Temple number 4 of the Federation, Moorish Science Temple of America, every Friday at the God Hour, every Friday at 7 p.m. Come study with us. Study group every Friday at 7 p.m. We're reading from not just a Holy Quran, not just the Moorish Holy Quran, not just the Bible, the Christian Bible. We study all holy texts and more, because knowledge is power, Mo. And as Noble Joe Ali taught, do your own research. He didn't just say this is the book and that's it. Only read this one book and you're good. You're taught to do the research and search for yourself. And the first thing you study is yourself, and the second and the third and the fourth is yourself.
And an experiment they're doing on you out there. You ever heard of B.F. Skinner, Mo? No. B.F. Skinner taught the rat how to run maze.
Okay.
And so they're using that. All the people out there, they teaching the people how to run maze.
Yeah.
Back and around, coming back and going nowhere. Keep running.
Yeah.
You ever seen a rat run like that?
Yep.
That's what people's mice doing. They doing like that in the community.
Yeah.
And then Ivan Pavlov, he got the Nobel Peace Prize for he taught the dog how to salivate at the sound of the bell.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why in the school you hear the bells ring, everybody keep running.
Yep.
So remember, that's their school, that's their square.
Yeah.
But your ancestors got a square for you to stand on today.
Islam.
And your ancestors walk with you now. They a host of ancestors. Give them honor. Salute them. Ask them to walk with you, talk with you, and comfort you. Because their day is over for messing with us. If you ain't a part of, if you sit by and let somebody do wrong to other people, you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. That's unjust for you to sit back and do that. We have to clean our communities up. The Holy Quran says never does Allah change the condition of the people till they change within the heart. Let us change our hearts. Then Allah be ready to walk all around us and help us clean stuff up. We need to clean all these drugs up in our community because people trying to make a hustle off us and the drugs and promote the prison industrial complex so they get the mice to run maze.
Yeah.
We got to come up out of that. We got to come off the cross and form under one crescent.
Islam. Something I was thinking about earlier and what you just brought back to me in terms of coming off the cross. And I was going to touch on it earlier about the resurrection. I just had a family member post, and she posts often about Jesus, but she's, another post about the resurrection and the return of Jesus and salvation and whatnot. You know how they talk about.
Simple. They know it. It ain't no secret. What you think what happens when a man comes up off the streets, young guy, and he go in the army. The 8-week space training. What do you think they doing to him?
Well, they're deprogramming him and reprogramming him.
They resurrecting him.
Uh-huh.
So when you do your exercise and workout, you're coming from dark. You feel better. When they come back and graduate, look how high they stand.
Yeah, but they're standing high and marching for what?
But
cause?
I'll just use that as an example.
Yeah.
How deep the resurrection is,
Yeah.
because people they shape and they breed men. Number one, we have to learn how to return to our own. Don't be too proud not to return to your own. I salute all our organizations, but when I go to the library, it's a lot of books in the library. I'm not stuck to one circle. I'm a scholar. I'll fellowship with you. I'm trying to find a solution to make us better soldiers in the grand resurrection. You know what I mean, Mo?
Islam.
Because there's a lot to the grand resurrection. There's a lot of actors in the grand resurrection. This ain't only me. This is much bigger than I. It's a lot of people. One of the greatest times of my life, we had the Million Man March, sponsored by Minister Louis Farrakhan. You should have seen all of us come together and how peaceful and how holy it was. We had to learn how to start coming together. When we come together in fellowship, united we stand, divided we fall. They like to see us divided. Talking negative against one another. Organization. But every man got a fallacy. We're not like them people who enslaved us. You got to let your roots live in you. Minister Farrakhan said, when you plant your roots, let them sink deep into the earth. Down the Brandywine and stuff, tell the brothers down the Brandywine and stuff. I seen the storms and stuff like that. And the trees were like, get off me, get off me, get off me, get off me. Then I come back the next day, the tree be smiling. Looking at you, smiling. That's what we have to do, because we going through the storms of life. And we got to learn how to shake off them storms.
Islam.
Time for Allah to show up with their life. Show up and show off. Enemy ain't got no power over you. When did you become his property? Why are you bowing to him? What, servant slave relationship between you and Allah. You and your Lord. Holy Quran says, do not let Satan sever the rope between you and Allah. So if you do, you're guilty. So when it comes to Islam, our Islam is not just what you see people all over in Saudi Arabia and so forth and so on. We've been here long time ago. We were here before them. Adam means black mud. Get with that. That Asiatic black man, God, physical universe, cream of the planet Earth.
Islam, Mo. Thank you for that, Mo. I tell you what, if nothing else, you fire me up, Mo. I know for a fact you're firing up other Moors worldwide, because we see the comments. I mean, every video we drop on YouTube is minimum 100 views, and everybody, not everybody, but plenty of people are commenting. There's always at least one comment, somebody fired up, whether it be positively or on their end negatively, because obviously when you speak the way you speak, Mo, the way we both speak, actually, you agitate the devil.
Right.
He doesn't like to be called out. He doesn't like that. He's obviously seeking.
You say the policy enforcers, the colonizers.
Yeah, they're seeking more of us to devour.
Yes.
And
the Lucifer, Satan, devil, dragon, and beast.
Mm-hmm.
They're not happy when you come together under love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, or as they say, freedom, justice, equality, because that's That's cracking them ethers. That's cracking them atoms.
Yeah, that's
That's a world. That's a land. When you come together like that, you ain't under the spell no more. They got to get you under. The goblins got to get you under the spell. The treasury don't be the treasury of America. Don't Olmec,
the Olmec.
Aztecs,
Uh-huh.
the treasury of America, Moroccan Empire, right, etc. The treasury of America don't belong to no corporation. So when you give up your God, Allah, and worship foreign gods, you give up your nobility. Brothers and sisters, time to put back on your robe of nobility. Islam.
Islam. Come proclaim your nationality. If you believe you're Negro, Black, or colored, you are Moor, without a doubt or contradiction. So come proclaim your nationality, become Moorish American, and get your birth certificate, get your nationality card. We are here every Friday, 7 p.m., 715 North King Street, Wilmington, Delaware, right here in Center City. Come proclaim your nationality or come study. Come study with us at the very minimum. We are open. We are here. Come visit us.
And we want to see change, bring change in America. We want to be lifesavers. A lot of people need help. It ain't right for some rich people to pour drugs in the community. It affects people all walks of life. For the dragon is devouring them. Asiatic, Europeans, etc., etc. It's our job to clean it up.
Islam.
It's we the people. So the so-called black people weren't the only. A lot of people slaves now. Read the 13th Amendment again, Mo.
13th Amendment.
Yes.
It says neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the parties shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction.
So that means you're automatic a slave when you go to jail, right?
Yeah,
Now read Canon Law 56.
Canon Law 56.
Mm-hmm.
Is this it? Let me see.
2056, I think. Canon Law 2056.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This maybe this is it. Wow, that's a lot, bro.
No, let me see. Is that 2056?
Canon for 2056 says, given the private secret trust.
Talk a little.
Given the private secret trust of the private central banks are created on false presumptions, when a man or woman makes clear their live born record and claim over their own name, body, mind, and soul, any such trust based on such false presumptions ceases to have any property.
Right now, read 57.
Hmm. 57 dictates that when law requires a decree or is requested, the competent authority must act within 3 months. If no action occurs, a negative reply.
2065, the very next one. You just read 2056, now read the very next one after that. Why you keep words?
Because it's not so simple. When I click on it, it's like it's super long. I was reading just the front of it, but when I click on it,
It says if the administrator don't acknowledge a person's record live birth, they should they have failed in their fiduciary duty must be relieved. dismissed from office immediately.
Islam.
So when we're going to get into this deeper. So when you acknowledge that you're actually a living person before them and not a slave artificial, right? They suppose that they can't hold you in their court or none of that. They're not supposed to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to learn them laws like that, because that's telling you that you're still a slave when it just said private trust. They're treating you like a trust. Now read Capitis Diminuito Maximus. Capitis, Capitus Diminto Maximus, Amaximus.
It says it was the most severe form of status loss
Yeah,
in
go ahead.
Roman law.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, it said it was the most severe form of status loss in Roman law,
And that's
representing the total loss of liberty, citizenship, and family rights.
And that's when you write your names in all capital letters.
A person subjected to this, such as a free citizen, reduced to slavery or prisoner of war.
Right.
Saw the legal personality extinguished and was treated as property.
Right. So every time you go in the courtroom, they got your names in all capital letters. And that don't got nothing to do with your color.
Mm-hmm.
That's people making money, big time money, and they keep telling you that it's a black and white thing. They get you fighting against one another, but the so-called black, white, and Magna don't address nothing like that. They don't address the laws. Holy Quran says law governs all events. So you got the divine law, natural law, you got corporate law. We have to study law. And that's what the grand resurrection is about. Don't go to and fro to earth, act like a dragon, or to and fro to earth, acting like a goblin or a devil. Come from darkness into the marvelous light. Come into the divinity. Tap into that divine spark located within self.
Mm-hmm. Islam. Tap into that right here, Mo.
That's right.
Right here. Moor Culture Center.
Yep.
Federation Moor Science Temple of America, Temple number 4. We're here in the 4 Walls, 715 North King Street. Find us online as well, moorculturecenter.com. Please support us, purchase some teas, purchase some education, some books, as well as leave a donation. Please, we need to continue, uplifting fallen humanity. We're here. We do food and clothes giveaways and all kind of stuff, Mo. Making sure that we are a beacon of light here in the community. So please, we need your support. Come in and support us physically, just by your presence and being here, or drop a donation. It's necessary. It's needed. It takes funds to uplift a nation. Islam, Islam, Islam. It's been an hour, Mo. And if any final thoughts before we sign off?
May Allah breathe on all you, my audience, with the light of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Peace.
Peace. We had a camera go out. That's why we're having this weird angle right here. My apologies, but we made sure we finished out right. I got us on this webcam, not the clearest of pictures, but hey, sometimes you got to make do with what you can make do with.
We got comments.
We're not live. We will have comments. This will be uploaded tonight. If you see this tonight, know that this just happened. This is February 2nd. Yes. Islam, the Day of Wisdom. And
that was powerful, wasn't it?
It was, Mo. It was.
I'm getting better.
You are.
It ain't this thing is that about save the children.
Mm-hmm.
We had to be in the right state of mind, right, to save them children, because these we deal with. I'm like Najee said, there ain't no animals. Shit, they bad in animals. I done seen animals with better behavior than these people.
You're right, Mo. You're right. All right, we're signing off till next time.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.